What's the word, good people? What's going on
What up?
out there? Back at it again. Another
Yes,
week in the
sir.
books. Book 2. Spike, man. Can you believe we at chapter 44?
Damn, we almost at
Exactly.
100. Well, 50.
I'm
Almost
about to say
halfway
we
to
gotta
100.
get to 50 first, my guy. But that's
Halfway
still kind
to
of
100.
crazy, right? It
It
feels,
is.
I don't know, it feels like we just did episode 12 or chapter 12. And
Mm-hmm.
now we into something else. So yeah, man, it's always dope. It's always dope,
Yeah.
man. Pleasure to be on this journey with you. I'm your host, Rich, joined by the legend Spike Lou. Spike Lou, how you feeling today, man?
Feeling all right, man. Feeling all right, man. It's been a good week. Heard some stories we'll talk about. Got they was on me. They called me anti-black, and is the mic still on Reddit? We launched we launched our first series premiere of No More Half Measures.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but I
man.
was
That's
on
exciting.
yeah, so y'all go check that out. No More Half Measures, man. Wherever you get your podcast, we're on YouTube. I was on. Is the mic still on talking? And I don't think people from outside of Tennessee know that there's a slick little rivalry between Nashville and Memphis. Like sort of like y'all probably in Cleveland or some shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
y'all feel about Cleveland people? I would say it's
Yeah,
probably how we
yeah,
feel.
I would say the same.
You
Yeah,
know
I
exactly what I'm
know
saying.
exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. They were trying little bro. It's like we ain't liver than them.
That's how they try to do us. They try to do
Yeah,
Nashville
that's
the
what I'm saying.
same
Like
way.
we liver than y'all. How y'all trying to little bro
Right.
us?
We look it's crazy. So, but you know it's an interstate thing. So I was
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Reddit just reading the comments because the mic came on today, and it's like each episode Lou gets more anti-black. I don't know if it's a joke or what now. I was like, anti-black, bro, what you mean? And the niggas, he was like, well, I'm from Memphis, and your whole Memphis thing you was talking about had me and my girl pissed. And I'm like, I thought niggas from Memphis could joke. That's your whole thing, joning. But I guess he thought I was serious. I called Memphis basically a shithole city. Said it was terrible. It was trash. I went in on Memphis, but yeah,
I've
I
been to
was
Memphis
partly
once.
joking, man.
I've been
I
to
knew
Memphis once. Never was in a rush to get back.
that was part of
I'll
my
just put it like that.
spiel about it. I was like, bro, come on, we talking about Memphis, bro. Like, but hey,
Yeah. Had a decent time when I was there. Went to Gus's Fried Chicken. Went to Beale Street.
yeah.
I was down there for an NCAA tournament game back in 2017 when my Tar Heels won it all. Watched them play in the Sweet 16. I'm trying to think what else. Obviously, past the Lorraine Motel or Hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much it. I don't think I did anything else in Memphis besides
Don't
that.
ask me.
So
Don't ask me.
I
I
already
get
know.
on one way.
You told me about what you seen in Memphis once, and I was like, I'm cool. I ain't gotta go
Mm-hmm.
there. You know, 8:30 at night. But shout out to Memphis, man. Shout out to everybody down there doing their thing.
Misoponians, whatever y'all call it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It's been an
Want to
eventful
get
week. What about
into
yours?
week was cool. Week's been cool, man. Just still trying to, last week was transitioning from getting back from Vegas. And now, in the office this week at work. I don't always work in the office, but this is an in-office week. And it always happens when you need that work from home week. So just trying to
Mm-hmm.
make sure I get up. Um, really just showing the discipline with the working out, man, because I got to get up early between recording and work.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't get up early, the workout won't happen. So I've been on that. Went to the movies, saw the Smash Machine, saw
Great
Roof
performance.
Man. Great performance. Great performance. He should get nominated. I was just, and we both movie guys, man. So I want to talk about this real quick. Me and School just did a Culture Garden Film Club episode talking about movies we watched in September. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about the Oscars, and I'm thinking about the top 5 or 6 front runners for best male performer, best actor.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're gonna put Dwayne Johnson in there after seeing it. I think he should get
Yeah.
nominated. They're talking about Daniel Day-Lewis. I heard the movie trash, but they said his performance is really good. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I forget the name. Anna One with Emma. Yeah. The movie hasn't come out yet. Leo for sure. Did you see Eddington?
Yes. Who you got in it?
Joaquin Phoenix gonna get nominated, man. Joaquin Phoenix did his thing in that movie.
The cop, right?
Yeah, the sheriff. Yeah, he played the hell out of the role. It's weird. The movie weird as shit, but acting, that's an Oscar movie. That is an Oscar movie. That's one of the movies where you like what?
Who was the other? I feel like the other dude had a great role too. Who he was beefing
Pedro
with? Who was
Pascal?
that? Yeah, and he the darling right now. But you're right. He did. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Joaquin Phoenix did his
I'm
thing.
remembering now. Yeah.
The movie was all over the place in 2 or 3 movies in
Yeah.
one, but the performance by Joaquin was incredible from start to
Yeah.
finish. And then
Agreed.
this movie ain't out yet, but I hear all the buzz. We'll see what happens with it. Jeremy Allen White playing Bruce Springsteen. They said that
Oh, I want to
performance.
see that. I
Yeah,
want to
that
see
comes
that.
out the 23rd, I believe. And then I gotta
Yeah.
ask you a question, and then we'll get into the episode. Is he or should he be nominated? And that's Michael B. Jordan for Sinners.
Yes. Absolutely.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
think
He
he
played
deserves to be
two.
nominated. He won't win, but
Yeah, the two role thing should get him in there too.
yeah. I
I
think it's
think
gonna
so.
come down to The Rock. I think it's gonna come down to The Rock, Leo, and Joaquin Phoenix, if I'm being all the way real. I think that's what this is
Yeah.
gonna come down to, and we'll see how it works. But I'll see that Bruce Springsteen movie, and I'll hold judgment on that too. Because Jeremy Allen White can act his ass off.
Facts. I want
I've
to go
seen
listen
that.
to that album. I couldn't. I know they said it in the preview, and I probably have to watch it again. But that album to that movie based around, I want to listen to that.
And Jeremy Strong is in the movie too.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy who played Kilroy.
Yep, that's what I was just about to say. He looked like I know he bodies it.
Yeah, man, listen, he's an incredible actor.
Facts.
Same way I was talking to school. I just telling school, like, I don't know if we give Sean Penn his just due for being one of the greatest actors of all time.
Because he did his thing.
Yeah. And when I say greatest actors of all time, sometimes we do that just to give people recognition. I actually want to put like top 10, top 5. Like he's incredible. Like Carlito's Way, his performance in Carlito's Way, all of that. He's incredible. But I do want to get into a couple comments. Our guy Public Enemy B reached out on our episode. Shout out to Portia. First Fridays. I can't remember which part of the episode this was when he mentions it. But he said, "What the fuck? How is that equivalent? The genuine shock from that was comedy, LOL tears." So somebody said, and I quote, "What the fuck? How is that equivalent?" But I got to listen to the episode again to see what that was. And then he also commented, Spike said they can't talk too much or be boring. Walk the fine line, figure it out. Hey, Spike, you a motherfucker, bro. That's the one thing I will say, man. As we get cooler, man, you a motherfucker, bro. You a motherfucker. Walk the fine line and figure it out.
So your
comments on Walt Jr. and No More Half Measures. We one episode in. I got a text message today that said Spike y'all already going in on Skylar.
Hey, she requires it. First episode, man. Y'all go check that. That's gonna be some fun conversations with that Breaking Bad.
Second episode, even worse. Like, Skylar, what the fuck are you doing,
bro? Listen, man. Like it might be a night tomorrow night when we record that. It's already a Reddit thread I sent to you and Mo about.
You and your antics. You and your antics, man.
Shit, man.
But let's get into the conversation. So Spike's gonna kind of roll things out, but I do want to kind of give a little background. I told Spike randomly the other day, I'm like, man, we gotta bring up this Ayesha Curry thing. She's in the headlines again, and he didn't really know what was going on. I sent an article, and then obviously you're caught up. But that spawned a whole, whole wave of conversations that can come from that. So I'm gonna let Spike Lou kind of roll this out. We'll talk about these different scenarios, how we should be acting, how we might act, whatever the case may be. I'll just kind of let you present it, and we'll have a conversation on it.
Yeah, this would be one of those episodes where you're gonna be probably talking back to your phone or your headphones, like because people look at these things different ways, and like how you tie it all into the Ayesha Curry thing is basically, I think, female perspective, and different levels of male perspective as well. Since me and you are talking,
yeah. Actually, before you move forward, if you don't mind, just to do his due diligence, I want to make sure the people know what the Ayesha Curry thing is before we move into these other things, and maybe have a brief conversation on our thoughts on it, because it's fascinating. So Ayesha Curry was on the Call Her Daddy podcast, really popular podcast, and she was talking about, she was asked a question, did you ever want to have kids? Like, did you ever? No. It was posed to her as, did you ever dream of having a family this big? And she said, no, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be a career woman, and I was comfortable. Shit, I never grew up and dreamt of my wedding dress. I just wasn't that person and didn't want to be
Which is
that
fine.
person. Yeah, which is perfectly fine. Didn't want to be that person. When me and Steph got married, her and Steph got married, they got pregnant quick, and it's kind of life just kind of happened. And she really kind of emphasized how she has her own goals and want to kind of make a name for herself. And had she talked to Steph, I think was a question she asked. She said, "Yeah, but he doesn't get it. He doesn't really understand. Like that's not real. So why are you kind of focusing on it?" And I guess the internet or the general public perceived it as her. I hate to use the term grateful, but I guess that's some of the stuff I was reading. Like you're not thankful for the life that you have. You have a beautiful family. You have and a lot of the things people were saying was, "Yo, you have a Steph Curry. You don't have a future." You know what I mean? Talking about, hey, there's not a lot of good men out here. You have one of them. How could you be out here, complaining? I heard a lot of men saying, hey, every time she opened her mouth, she embarrassing Steph.
Mm,
All types of stuff that was coming with it. And I'll be real, and before I throw it to you, I thought it was a little bit unfair
mm,
because I personally, and this is a me thing, I'm a big believer in individuality in
mhm,
relationships.
mhm,
You have to have it. I think the most successful relationships have it. You have to be able to do your own thing, and I do my own thing, and we can combine worlds. I shouldn't be responsible for all your happiness and joy. You shouldn't be responsible for all of mine. We shouldn't have to combine our lives in order to make everything work. We just let it happen. Find what defines your relationship. But there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I had different dreams and goals. When I was 18, when I was 19, 20, 21, I didn't think my life would look at this at 30, like this at 37. I think it's okay to look back and say, damn, I wouldn't get my kids back, but I do sometimes wonder what life would look like. We do that a lot in different areas. What would have happened if I did this? What would have happened if I went to an HBCU instead of Toledo? What would have happened? You know what I mean? There's all types of things you can look back on, but it doesn't mean that I'm not grateful for my time. Shout out to Ray P. I'd have never met Ray P if it wasn't for me going to the school I went to. So all of these things lead us to where we are. Um, there might be other parts of it that people were upset about with Ayesha Curry that I might have missed, but I think her general statement was okay. I think she just reached a point where, in the general public's eyes, if she's talking about relationships, people roll their eyes, they huff and puff and say, "Shut up, stop talking, be happy, be grateful." Like, why are you trying to embarrass Steph? And yeah, I think it's okay to talk about your own thing. Now, do you have to be doing it in the public? Like, come on, man, what are we doing? Talk to a therapist, man. Like, talk to me. Like, let's do something. You don't have to be going on these interviews and saying these things because that's not necessary. Like, let's keep some of the stuff in house. Keep some of the stuff in between us. I get that you're being honest, but the way you say certain things, or the dude coming on The View when she was a guest with his shirt off,
taking
and
the
you
ring
pretending you
off.
take off your ring. Hey, I'm cool and confident with who I am. You can have shirtless men come. Obviously, I don't expect to be the only person in this world that you find attractive. All right, that's not realistic. However, pretending to take off the ring that I'm dedicating my life to, man, you got me fucked up. Stop playing with me because I committed to you. I know it's
You
a
would have
joke,
said
right?
something?
I'm not.
Yeah,
I would have had not in a real. I would have said it in a real way, but not a real way. It wouldn't have caused
yeah.
no argument, but it would just been like, yo, I'm cool with a lot of shit. Don't be acting like you single and shit, taking off your ring. You can
Mm,
go like ooh and ah all you want to. That's cool. But we made this some real shit we got. Don't play with me like
yeah.
that. Because if we doing that, then I can go out here and do that too. You know what I mean? Be human. Be attracted to people. Do what you do. I'm not mad at that. That's life. I think the more people try to restrict that, the more it makes other people want to kind of branch out. So yeah, have your human moments, your human interactions, but some shit is maybe a little too far. But that's just me. That's just me in my opinion.
Do you think in relationships sometimes that it's a two part? Do you think in relationships sometimes that the individuals are jealous of their significant other?
Hell yeah,
Maybe.
especially when yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big part of this. I
Yeah.
think that when you're married, and I'll take the Aisha out of it because we kind of got to the point, but um, I think when you're married to somebody who you've been with for a long time, or you're in a relationship with them, and you've seen them at a young age write down every goal that they had, and then you fast forward 15, 20 years, and you see them hit every goal, and you didn't have the opportunity to do it because you were taking care of the house, you got pregnant, whatever the case is, or it could be vice versa, right? It could be the woman who's the breadwinner or the one who's really successful. And we've seen that before, where maybe I've had aspirations of doing something and my ideas don't get off the ground, but everything she does is great. Um,
Yep.
I think
I,
that,
I,
yeah, I think that jealousy, and maybe not jealous of the person, but jealous of the opportunity to really go out there and put all you have into your dreams. Wasn't
yep.
nobody stopping Steph from being, she might have got stopped from doing some of her stuff, but Steph the breadwinner, man. That's what it comes down to. And I'm nice.
Yeah, I think that's part of what's playing out here. Like, I don't have a problem with anything she said. Like, you can
Yeah,
say
me
those
neither.
things and you feel that it's fine. When it's a buildup of an accumulation of things, though, then it starts to look funny. Like Savannah James had her own podcast. I ain't seen one clip. I ain't seen one
Right,
clip talking down about her and LeBron relationship. Even though
right.
LeBron came out recently and was like, "Nah, it ain't all like peaches and cream. Like we go through shit too." But you would never think it because they never display it.
Yeah, which is a big
I
part.
Yeah, and not to say Aisha is displaying a toxic or bad relationship. It's just it seems like there's a tinge of jealousy there that he got to do what he wanted to do. And
Hmm.
now I'm in this situation and I'm trying to explain to him. And this got something to do with him too. I ain't gonna throw it all on her. I'm trying to explain to him like this is I love this, but it ain't exactly how I seen it. And he was like, "Well, why would you want anything different?
Yeah,
We rich, got beautiful kids, or good family, whatever it may be." But I think this comes from a little bit of jealousy just of her seeing his success and not able to do what she wants to do. And it's also a little bit of boredom. Like,
yeah, I'm sure she is. Yeah,
why was she on that show in the first? Like, why is anybody? It's gonna sound harsh, but I don't mean it
yeah.
that
Why
way.
you interviewing Ayesha
Why is
Curry?
anybody? Why is she being interviewed? Like,
Yeah, I don't know if she has
I
anything
don't
coming out
get
or
it.
plugging anything, but that is interesting.
Right. Especially if it causes backlash to my relationship. If I'm gonna get up there and say stuff like this, these things you say to your homegirls, these things that you say to a therapist, like you said, or your husband, there's things you say to family. But to get up there and say that on a very large platform, of course, you're going to get backlash. And we don't know how Steph feel about it. And that goes to do with a lot of the conversations that we're gonna have tonight. It's our perspective on it versus the people that are in it and how they deal with it or want to deal with it. Like we can't tell
Yeah,
nobody what to do. We're grown here. But a lot of the backlash is coming from, oh, I wouldn't do it if I was in your situation. Well, you're not in her situation. And she feel like it's cool. Her husband ain't saying nothing. Let her get it off. She shouldn't be getting the criticism that she's getting. I don't think that. But I do think it stems from a deeper reason. And if I were her husband, I would have like it wouldn't have to be a serious conversation.
yeah.
But
No, it don't gotta be
I
nothing
would
crazy.
want to know more. I would want to know more of
And
why this keep happening? Like, why these things? Like, why they keep clipping you and then like why these happen?
well,
Because some kind of way or another, I missed this, so I don't know the details of it. But him and Killer Mike got in was going back and forth about this
I don't know if it was a
online.
back and forth. It was a.
What
I think
happened?
it was a post and response. So there was a maybe a shade room post or something like that. I don't know. I
Hmm.
don't know what publication, but one of those type of publications that discuss. Somebody was discussing Ayesha Curry. Can't remember who it was. And Killer Mike made a comment on that post
Yep.
and pretty much said like, "Hey man, she'd have to be up, gone up out of here, man. She trying to play my boy like every time." And Seth responded, "Hey man, I expect all these lames out here to be talking stuff, but you, come on, man. I got
Mm,
more respect. I expect more out of you. You know what I mean? Let me worry about my family. I'm happy where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I love my wife. Just pretty much on some bro. Like it's
not you.
almost like a disappointment.
You
It's
should
almost
know.
it's yeah. It's almost like if I did something like that, you commented, "Oh man,"
Yeah.
like you commented on the
Right.
post like, "Rich, this nigga Rich going out bad." Like, damn, bro, I'm supposed to be your man's. I don't know how
Right.
close
Right.
they are, but I'm sure there's a mutual respect. And who Killer Mike portrays as, depending on who you talk to, because some people have very negative things to say about Killer Mike. But a lot of
Which I
people
don't
see all
understand.
the work and activism and things like that, and they see him as, for lack of better terms, a black leader in some defense, somebody who cares, somebody who's
Yep.
actually invested in, um, engulfed in what's going on politically, economically, the whole nine in this community. So I think that's why they say that, and that's probably better to say than a leader. But I want to ask you, is that fair? Oh, well, hold on. Before, let me address what you just mentioned. Why does this keep happening? You say you at some point you wanted that conversation. Well, she did mention that Steph doesn't really understand. So I think she tries to communicate. It might be a communication thing where they just don't know how to speak the same language to some degree. But I can also understand Steph's point of view when we're living like only a few people in this world can live. When you provide all of that, of course, with the support of his wife, I'm not taking anything away from her. But when you provide all of that, you bringing in the money in that sense. I can also understand why it's not like I'm making 50,000 a year and I'm trying to make shit shake. Like I've provided an incredible life.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just relax for a second, man? I'm out here busting my ass, doing all, putting my body on the line. That part I can understand if I'm Steph, but I also understand her. And normally Spike and myself would probably had a woman on to discuss this, but I think since both of us had the same take as far as Aisha didn't really say anything wrong, let's just
Yeah, we
talk
ain't
about
coming
the
to dog
actual.
her out.
Yeah, we ain't come to dog her. Let's talk about the actual actor effect, which happened.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. But I was going to ask you earlier, is that fair of her to want to do more and be upset at her? Not upset, but a little bit jealous. Is she in the right to be jealous of
No,
her?
no. And that was one of the points that I
Okay.
was gonna get to. I'm glad you asked that question. You got the means to do whatever you want to do.
Hmm.
And it seems like you have a supportive husband. Whatever cause or thing that you feel strongly about, do it. Go get
I
the
like to
money and
think they have
do it.
an. I like to think they have a
Yeah.
nanny.
Yeah, like go start the foundation the cause you care about. Go start the business, the thing that you want to do. Like it seems like you have a supportive husband. Now, if they having a conversation, he like, no, I don't want you to do that. Now we're having a different talk about this. But these seem like just I'm talking to him about it, and I want him to be proactive in it versus me being proactive in it. Like I'm sorry I can't do that. I'm one of the best at what I do, and that don't come with waking up and just going to the gym. I was reading a book about Steph Curry. He was one of the people in it, and the book is essentially based on like great athletes and how they get to that level. Because a
Hmm.
lot of people think it comes natural.
Was this
And he
Glad? Was
was
this a Gladwell book?
it ain't Gladwell, but it's the other dude. You know who I can't not think of his name. I have to look at my Audible. But it was
Uh,
like I think Katie Ledecky is in there, Seth is in there. It's like all great athletes. And like
okay.
the premise of it is the work that it takes to be great at something. And one of the stories or parts of the book, a line out of the book, when he was talking to Steph and talking about his regimen, he said Steph showed him his hand. Man had calluses on his hand just from the work that he had been putting in just shooting basketball. You know how
Hmm.
many basketballs you got to shoot to develop a handful of calluses?
Yeah, that's a lot.
So
That's
that
crazy.
leads to that leads to me thinking him not having time to put energy into what she wants to do, but that don't mean that he ain't like, well, you can go do it.
Yeah,
If you want to take a couple million out the bank to go do this and start this foundation and run it, and that be your passion and your drive, what most rich housewives do anyway. Go do that. Like,
facts.
don't go talk on Hey Daddy podcast about not having the opportunity to do when you was 18. We 40 or 30, whatever we are now, you can do whatever you want. Like this,
Yeah,
this is this, and I'm sure like, that's how we look. We look at things as men cut and dry like that, and women tend not to. So what
because
it seems like is that this conversation is being had where she's expecting some sort of action from him to assist her in that. When you're talking to a man who literally went to date and no one thought would go to the league, who's arguably going down, is maybe a top 10 basketball player that came from hard work and dedication. And I'm sure he's looking at her like, go make it happen.
hey, it's funny you say that because it's almost like we were at Davidson. I didn't expect you to be this. It's almost like
Yeah,
she didn't really believe that her life was going to be this. I think she thought she was going to have you might play a few years. You know what I mean? Your dad
you
famous.
might be your dad. You
You know
might
what
be
I
your
mean?
dad.
Yeah, I don't think she
You
expected
might
this.
be.
And there's a little bit of Tony Soprano in there. Like, just who did you think you were marrying?
Mm,
Like, you know what I mean? I provide all of this. I'm not saying Steph is like this at all, but I can understand how somebody might look at this like, yo, I said it a little bit earlier.
yeah.
Look at the life you live. You knew, going to your point about the workouts and the time he puts in, the infamous Kobe stuff about him waking up at 4 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning to work out, the sacrifice that goes into it. If you the Last Dance documentary, Michael Jordan, um, success comes with a price. It
And
comes with a price.
it's hard for people who've worked that hard. It's hard for them to understand when someone comes up to them and say, "Oh, I'm trying to do something."
Here or I'm
Like
bored.
that's one of the things that I've wanted to wrap my head around, and we can have an episode about this. But I had this question that we did on Is the Mic Still On? It's like, what's your least favorite word? At this stage in my life now, my least favorite word is try. I don't ever
Mm,
want to say it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nobody say I'm trying to do nothing. Either you figuring it out or you ain't. Like that ain't saying that you can do everything, but what I don't want to hear nobody say, myself included, hey man, what I'm trying to do is like, I don't care what you're trying to do, bro. Like, what's the
what you
plan? How
doing?
you gonna do it? Like, what are you doing? So I think that's the conversation. I mean, I think that's the thing that's being missed, maybe with them. And we doing a lot of thinking and wondering. We just having a podcast, having a conversation, but Kobe don't try, as to what you said. Jordan didn't try. Like
Hmm.
Peyton Manning went trying. Like there's a way to get great at this, and I'm going to make every sacrifice in the world to do that because I want that. So when you're
There's
looking at someone say, "Oh, I'm not doing what I thought I was doing," like, well, what are you trying to? What are you doing now
yeah.
to avoid trying or whatever it may be? But yeah, my least favorite word is try.
Yeah, I like that. That's dope. And transitioning to our next point, I was just gonna say, mention Michael Jordan. One of the dopest lines in that Last Dance to me, and it goes to the mindset, which trying is a mindset, right? You're either doing or you're not. That's your
Yep.
mindset who's telling you that, and just the confidence that you have to have. They talked about him taking last shots or being having the ball in his hands and all the pressure. You ever think about missing? And he said, Why would I think about missing a shot I haven't taken yet? Like my mind don't even work like that. Like to think that
Facts.
far ahead. I haven't even taken the shot. Why would I think about missing it? Like be in the
It's like your
moment, be
boy.
present.
It's
Yeah,
like your boy in the movie with The Rock we just seen. They asked him the questions. He's like, "Have you thought about if you're gonna lose?" He was like, "What?"
lose. He said,
Like
yeah.
that that
Well,
that that, that blew him away. Like it was like the
you can
hardest
see it on
riddle
his
in the
face.
world. He was puzzled. He was like, "What, lose? But think about losing. Like what are you
I'm never,
talking
I'm,
about?
I'm
I've
never
never even
lost. Like
experienced that. Like I don't
why,
even know
why would
what
I?
he was
Yeah.
disgusted. Like
And
why
then
would
he
you even ask
really
me that?
what
He
made
was
that scene so
puzzled.
dope. What made that scene so dope is because it sometimes if you see athletes get asked questions and they go off, he was genuinely trying to answer. He wanted to give him something to say, and he just, I'm sorry, I don't
I
even.
don't
Why
know.
would I ever think about losing? I ain't never experienced that. Dope. That was a
That was
great
the
pool.
fire
That was a
line.
great
Yeah, that
pool.
was the fire line from the movie. But yeah,
Yeah,
that was one situation. I think we unpacked that very well. But what that led to is, Rich, I had one encounter and two stories this week that kind of tie into this
yeah. Let's
that could
talk about it,
probably
man.
use some back and forth between you and myself. I don't know if we'll agree, and I really want to know what people listening think is like. I don't know, when they hear these things. And we'll take again, it all ties in, and mostly it's like male female interaction. So the first one was I had this random interaction with this guy Thursday. I told this story on Is the Mic Still On Patreon, but it's not out there publicly. This is the first time like just regular listeners will hear this. But I was at my office and I'm getting back on the elevator, just randomly, this dude standing outside. I got my headphones in, I'm in work mode. I'm thinking I'm gonna get back to the office, get back to it. He stops me. West side Atlanta, nigga, gold chain. Like he looked like he from the west side. So the nigga was like, "Hey, bro, let me ask you a question." I'm like, "Oh shit, what's up, bro?" Took my headphones out. I still left my music playing. You think it's one of them
Hmm.
where they catch the clue. You leave it playing so they can hear it. And like, let me be
You got
quick.
one step facing in the
Yeah,
direction that you're
yeah.
going
I'm
already. Like I'm
already
stopping,
going.
but
My
what's up?
slick half turned around and everything. But he like, bro, you don't know me, right? I want your opinion on something. I was like, oh shit. I look like Dr. Phil out here in these streets. But
Yeah.
the nigga was like, do you think it's okay to ask someone you're in a relationship with for 20 or $30?
That's such a petty question.
One of the pettiest questions. That's the same. That's where we share a brain. And I'm like, we gonna talk about 20, $30? Like, wait, what? Like, nigga, nigga, if me or my girl is in a relationship, if I'm in a relationship, nigga, 20 or $30 can be laying like that'll be laying around somewhere and somebody will grab it and no one would care. Like,
Yeah,
nigga, what? Who cares? It was $30
yeah.
on the dresser, nigga. I grabbed it. I'm not even like that. I'm just letting you know that I got it, so you don't think you lost it. Vice versa. But to answer his question, I was like, nah. I was like, bro. I said, bro, if I'm in a relationship, I'm going to give it to my girl if she asks for it. So it wouldn't be a problem if we locked in. If she asked, if you asked for it, he's like, yeah, man, that's what I thought, man, because I was just over. And then he goes into his story. I'm like, oh shit. So he goes into his story like I was just over on the west side with my girl. We riding down Bankhead, and we see the wing spot. She said, "Oh, I want some wings." She's like, "Cool." He like, "Cool, bet let's start get some wings." He pulling in the spot. His girl asked him, and there's got to be like a lot he leaving out from just context clues from what's knowing
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So he pulls into the spot. His girl asks him, "Oh, do I got to pay for it?" And he like, "Shit, yeah." Like, what do you
See,
mean?
hold
Like,
on. Can I pause you real quick?
why would
That's
your
something
girl
I'll be.
ask you that?
Thank you. That's
Why would your
never a
girl ask you
question.
that?
That's
So
that's wild. I was gonna say I would be offended by that question.
I tell you what, we ain't getting no wings, and it ain't because I ain't got $20 to $30. Promise you that.
Straight up.
I
Yeah, straight up.
promise you that. Like I would be offended. Like I would be more mad at that question than her not like what I'm about to say. But
It's either
she
that.
asked,
It's either that, or I get the wings and not get none for you.
yeah. So
I
there's a
pay for the
track
wings in
record.
front of you. Yeah,
Obviously, there's a track record here. It sounds like.
yeah, yeah.
And so I'm asking. I said, "Well, how long have I before you tell me?" I was like, "Bro, how long y'all been messing with each other?" He says, "Oh, we've been together for like 3 months. I just moved in with her." Okay,
3 months
you
is
just
wild.
you just moved in with somebody you've been messing with for 3 months. That's insane. But
Wow. That's that COVID
but
shit.
yeah.
Know what
So
COVID was doing.
right, right. So his girl proceeds to go off after she asked the question because he's like, yeah. He's like, keep in mind, I just moved in. I filled the fridge up last night. We went to the grocery store. I bought groceries. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So me asking for her to buy wings today, that shouldn't be crazy, but she's going off about it. She's in like whoop de whoop de whoop. So he's like, damn, or whatever. She like, I don't want the wings no more. I don't even want them no more. So he pulling out. They say, no, never mind. Fuck it. I'll go ahead and grab them. She grabs them a 10-piece to split.
Yeah, now you playing. Now I'm upset. Now I'm upset, man. Because what we got going on, man? What we doing? What you trying to get
Obviously,
out of this?
yeah, obviously it's not a relationship. So that's what I'm thinking in my head now. And I
Yeah,
was like,
y'all don't
yeah,
go
bro.
together.
I like, bro, that scene kind of off, bro. Like, it might be something else going on. He like, yeah, man, that's what I thought. Cause last night she didn't get home to 5:30. I said, what?
Ding, ding, ding.
I said, wait, you was there? She got home at 5:30. Like, yeah, man, she was just out. I don't know what she was. She didn't get home at 5:30. It's funny because I was telling this to Portia. She was like, she was probably getting that $20 to $30 that nigga needed. Shout out to Portia. But
Oh, shout out to Portia, man.
so I was like, bruh, I don't think that's your girl, dog. Like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I don't think that's your girl. If, like, these things is happening already. Like, it don't seem like she really y'all locked in like that. He's like, I knew it, man. That's what I thought, man. I just need another opinion. Whoop, de whoop, this, that, and the third. So I thought that was a really interesting
Yeah.
take. And I told two of my home girls about this and pretty much got the same feedback on it. Like a grown ass man needing $20 or $30 is crazy. But it's different
I don't think he
needing
needed
20 or
it though.
$30. Yeah. It
I,
it didn't look like he didn't look I want to give he didn't look like a bummy nigga. I say that.
I
He I
never.
ain't saying yeah.
So I took that as not needing $30. I took that as, hey, I just moved in. It seems like I'm taking care of you in some capacity because I just filled up the fridge, just put groceries in there. Probably last for a week or two. With how much groceries are, that could be a decent amount. Let's say you spent
Mhm.
150, 200, whatever the case is. I think he's just looking at it as, hey, I take care of the big stuff. You can get something small. Can you spend $20 on some wings? I don't think it
Yeah.
was about I don't have the 20. I think it was
Yeah.
more so can you look out? And I think that goes a long way. Just
Yeah, he didn't give off
it,
I don't got $30. He didn't get that off. I give him that.
yeah, because I'm somebody who enjoys some consideration, you know.
Yeah,
So it's just
exactly. And
not
that's what
you don't have to. I'm not gonna ask. I remember Ti. It was one of them Ti. It was one of them T Pain songs. It was on T Pain album, Three Ring Circus, whatever it was. Ti was on a song on there. He said, "A woman that asks for nothing gets everything. A woman that asks for everything gets nothing."
don't get nothing.
And I'm not saying that that's a life that I live by or whatever, but I think his point was if you look out for me here and there, then I know for sure
You
I
ain't
got
never got to
everything. We
work.
going on
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about nothing. I ain't about to be going on vacation now. And either way, I ain't even gonna get down that rabbit hole. My point is, what I'm most fascinated about this Spike, it's his idea that they were together. That's what I want to know more of.
That's
Like, what
the
makes you
thing.
think that y'all are together? And what,
Yeah, that's
like,
the
why
thing.
did you not, like, why, on some real shit, I looked at the dude and said, bruh, your girl came in at 5:30. What in the world is making you ask me this? You know the answer, bruh. Like, your girl came in at 5:30. You don't know where she was. She ain't saying nothing. Like, come on.
And that's what he
Like,
said too. She just
that's
came
your
in like
answer,
it
right?
was cool.
Yeah, that's your answer
Yeah.
right there. Because what? What?
My other
Y'all
homegirl
roommates.
said my other homegirl said something that was important to it and let me know how ladies think as well. She was like, well, first of all, if the nigga just filled up the fridge, I'm probably gonna be the one cooking. And if I don't feel like cooking, then yeah, nigga, I'm gonna buy the wings. Cause like you just filled up the fridge. Either we going home and I'm gonna cook something, or I'm gonna buy the wings because you did just fill up the fridge. But what she did say is a nigga moving in with a girl is never going to work because she always gonna feel like that's her shit.
Fair.
And
That's a
then that's
great
why
point.
she
That's a great
that's why
point.
she feel like I can walk in this motherfucker at 5:30 if I want to, because this is my house.
That's a great point.
So
Absolutely. I couldn't do it.
that was a good perspective to have as well, to understand and be like, oh, okay, so she ain't even looking at you like it ain't even she not your girl. It's just like she ain't just got a lot of respect for you, big dog. But that's what I ended up telling him, man, that I don't think that's your girl, dog. Like I don't really think that's it.
How did he take
So that
that?
was
What do you think happened?
he said, yeah, he said, like, man, you right, appreciate it. I told him I had to go. I can't stand right here and talk about this with you all day, boss. But yeah, I said, what's your name, my nigga? You know what I mean? I wish you the best of luck, dapped him up, and I got on the elevator and left. So I hope that didn't work out bad. I ain't seen nothing on the news about nobody getting killed or no shit like that. So
Yeah, man.
hopefully
Shout out to them, man.
hopefully
Hopefully
that didn't
everything's
happen,
smooth.
man. Hopefully they worked that out.
Hopefully he got somewhere. Yeah, hopefully he got somewhere he can
What
lay his head, man. Because that ain't home.
what
That ain't home,
what
bro.
would you have told him? What would you have told him? What you just said?
Saying yeah, exactly what I said, bro. Yeah, you definitely getting cheated on, my nigga. That's not your girl. Hopefully you
And
either get
if
comfortable.
she not cheating on you, she at least don't respect you.
Yeah, either way,
Yeah.
hopefully you either get comfortable with the situation or you get enough in you to leave.
Yeah, facts.
Because that's not gonna work out well for you. You're not gonna be happy. If you coming up to think about this, Spike. He walked up, that shit was stressing him out so bad.
He
He
walked up
had to
to a
find a
stranger.
random nigga on the street.
I would have
And
never
whenever you
told him
start
who it is.
whenever you say some basic or obvious information like, hey, you don't know me, right? Of course not, nigga. What do you want?
Why are you talking to me right now?
Yeah, what do you want, man? Get to the shit.
Unfortunately, you're
And
on the
that lets me
subject of
know
a
she's
podcast.
stressing you, bro. She's stressing you.
You can see the stress in his eyes, bro. He was stressed
Yeah,
out.
he was stressed out, man. So he might really either like her or he really needs to stay there. And if you just really need to stay there, you got to accept the fact that she might be.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is what it is, man. You got to accept the situation. So that was in person. I got two other stories that were brought to me this week that we can break down for the people.
Spike Lou Raphael, man.
I don't know what it was, bro. I don't know what it was. I got this call. Monday. I got this call earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
Spike, let me bend your ear for a minute. I was talking to my homeboy. He called me pissed off. This is one of my homegirls telling me this. I was talking to my homeboy. He called me pissed off. His girl works from home. He happened to be off this day. His girl don't usually work from home, but she was there today working from home.
His girl or the dude?
The dude was there on an off day. The girl was working from home.
But she doesn't normally work from home. Okay, gotcha.
Right. So she tells the dude, you know what? I'm finna go to the mall because I really ain't gotta do shit. Just click on the mouse every now and then to make sure you know that it looked like I'm here. He's like, cool. As he's clicking on the mouse, Rich, enrollment benefits pop up for her insurance. It's that time to re-enroll. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
It's time for her to re-enroll. So he's like, okay, cool. I'll just click through this so I ain't got to just keep randomly clicking and just go ahead and complete the enrollment.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Keep going, Spike.
So as he's clicking through the enrollments, her dependents pop up. One of her dependents He's been in a relationship with this girl for about 3 to 5 years. As he's clicking through the enrollment, one of her dependents is her ex.
Come on, stop it. Chill out, bro. Chill out. Come on,
One
hey,
of her
what the fuck is going on? Come on,
one of her
stop. That's not true.
one of her
That's not true.
dependents is her ex.
Nah.
Now, he thinks that this is current, but it was not. It was old. He wasn't a dependent anymore, but at one point he was.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm
So we on the
assuming
same
that he's
page.
not a dependent now. And now
No,
he's
he's not.
salty and he's probably
You
salty that another nigga. I
you
knew exactly
you
where this
get
is
where the
going.
story going. Okay, you
I
get
get
where the story
exactly where this
going.
is going.
So he's on fire until he calls my homegirl, and she has to tell him, like, "Now look, if you," because she was like, "Now you need to show me this because I don't believe it."
Mhm.
And my homegirl points out to him, she's like, "Oh, that's old. Like he was a dependent, but he's not anymore."
Yeah.
But that don't really calm him down. It bring him down some, but it don't calm him down because he's like,
Why I
I
ain't
do
good enough to be
everything.
independent. Yeah.
I do everything. I pay most of the bills. She ain't got to worry about that. She make me jump through hoops. I got to do all of this shit. And you fucking with a nigga that you had to put on your insurance? Like now he's salty because this nigga was getting this shit off and I'm paying for vacations. I'm paying for this. And you don't even do this. You don't do that. You don't do this, that, and the third. You don't cook. You know what I'm saying? I'm being Mr. Super nigga, being the best nigga. I ain't cheating on you. Not that that's a perk or anything, but I ain't cheating on you. I'm being the best version of myself. And this nigga was half-assing it, and you got this nigga on your insurance. I'm pissed. Now he's saying he's looking at her like yuck. And
I
I was like,
mean, that's a little bit of a stretch, but
okay, so this is gonna be what me and you sharing the same brain. Cause my home girl that called me, she was like, I feel him. Like I think the same thing. I was like, y'all hold on a second here. You're gonna have to have more context before you start talking about some yuck. And I was like, there may be some scenarios as to where this is acceptable. So, one, I want to ask you, Rich, do you think that there's any scenarios? Can you hear me?
yeah, hold on real quick. I
Okay.
don't know what happened to my light. Let me put this back on.
It's still recording if you want to pause it.
I put pause on my end, so it's probably
Mm-mm,
show up.
mm-mm. It was showing pause, but it's not no more.
I know it's still paused on my end though right now.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah. For some reason, it don't always show up on your end like that. Give me 1 second.
The Rockets are excited to tip off this brand new season, and the Kids Club join us this year at Sunday Kick today for exclusive gear, family-friendly perks, and unique.
So essentially, Rich, he like yuck. I don't look at her like the same because I got to do so much in this relationship, and I'm going above and beyond and doing this, that, and the third, and she won't settle for no less than this bar from me. But this nigga was on her insurance, so I'm looking at her like yuck. Like, why am I being held to different standards? My question to you, Rich, what are you thinking right now if you in this situation?
Oh damn, she think I'm a mark.
Mm, interesting.
I'm not saying that she doesn't like him or doesn't have like enough to like be in a relationship with him, but obviously the other nigga carried himself a different way than what the new nigga is. Because there's a reason why, or she learned so much from that last situation that she's like, you know what, I deserve better, and that's all I'm gonna require. So
There go
that
where
could
we
be
share
it.
the
Like
same brain.
my standards have changed because we see people all the time talking about, you know, if you know better, do better. And you keep doing the same things over, you're gonna get the same result. And it really takes a lot to set a certain standard, especially in dating, when people have unrealistic expectations to say, hey, my next relationship, I'm not accepting anything less than this. So he could look at it as, hey, I'm the upgrade. I'm the one that upgraded her life. And if you that, maybe now the issue is maybe he didn't sign up for that.
But you
he doesn't
did though. You did
he
sign up
did,
for it
but
because you're
in his
doing it.
head,
That was my
he
point that I was making. I said the same thing that you said. Like
yeah.
sometimes people change, and what they would accept before, they won't accept anymore. And now you're a part of that new exception as to where if I'm going to be doing this, it got to be done like this. You weren't complaining about that shit before you knew this, but now that you know this, you want to complain about it. Nah, you
Yeah.
chose to do all of that shit. She ain't making you do that. Like you can be like, I ain't doing that to be with you. So like, we're not gonna be together. So that takes away in my if I'm looking at that, take away my anger from it right there. May I need more clarity? Possibly. Like we might have to have a conversation.
So what I'll
But
say
I
is,
ain't looking at it like you getting over on me, or I ain't looking at it like yuck. But I might need more context.
yeah. So when I hear something like that, the first thing I think about is I wonder how he receives love. Because, like for me, for example, my top love language is words of affirmation. Like I like hearing and knowing that I'm doing, doing everything I can to make you happy in this relationship. Or I don't believe in people making other people happy, but I'm making a space and environment and providing everything you need from an emotional standpoint, whatever the case is, to where you are happy that you're here with me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a big thing. I like to hear that just to make sure. Like, giving me a gift, that's cool, but I don't really need that. I'd rather know, hey, man, I really appreciate you. And that's in relationships, friendships, whatever the case is. Business, work relationships. Hey, man, I see you out there killing it, whatever. If he's one of those people, then I can understand why he's looking at it only from the sense of, I can only focus on why you did it for him and ain't doing it for me. I need you to do something for me to show me you care about me that much. It doesn't have to be that, but maybe there's something he's not feeling. I'm not feeling any type of reciprocation or something that you're giving me to where I give you the same comfort, right? I'm giving you comfort by providing all these things, paying for the vacations. I want that comfort back in some kind of currency, whatever that is and whatever it looks like for him. So that makes me think of that as well. Who knows? Like maybe he's not getting love the way he wants to be loved and doesn't know how to communicate.
That's a good point. And I think that's more so what it is than being pissed at her. Is there a conversation that you have once that happens to you? Because how you find out?
Yeah, that's I think when people mad, they forget that they gonna tell on themselves, tell on somebody else. But
like, what you doing looking through my shit?
And your benefits as well. That's just something that you don't. What if you mess around and click the wrong thing? I know, obviously, open enrollment you can change it before the deadline, but just in case it was or the last day or something, what if you clicked on the wrong thing and why you snooping around my stuff? And B, no, because it's old. Like maybe if that was current day and I'm paying for all this shit, no, that's a whole different conversation. But if I know that's old,
and
I might look at it. I might look at it as, hey, man, I'm blessed that I'm not in a position where I got to be on your insurance. I don't need that shit. Unless you have incredible, impeccable, like top-notch, don't got to pay for nothing insurance, and it just made more sense.
And that's what I said. Sometimes there's an explanation for it. Like she may have had better insurance. He might have been hitting her off. And like, hey, add me to your insurance every 2 weeks when I get paid. I'm going to just throw you this. I'll pay for it. But like my shit is trash and it's going to cost way more out of pocket if I got to use mine. Like there's scenarios that can happen where that makes sense, where it ain't like she getting duped or she no duck and he got over on her and she doing more for you. Like he just like that just may have been a thing. So I think that there's explanations there as to where like, it's okay. I mean, I get it. I understand that knowing the person that you are.
And mind your business. I bet he'll never go through nothing ever again.
Yeah, nigga, stop playing. Stop picking up phones and going through emails and doing something. Like, nigga, go ahead, click the mouse like she said, nigga.
You ain't ready for what's on the other side of them messages. And don't do it. Just keep your peace.
Yeah,
keep your peace, man. People dig too much into that, in my opinion. I don't want to. That's not something I need to know. Even if I know people always ask, when do you want to know though? No, I really don't. I really don't need to know that information.
I said that we talked about that before in one of the chapters with Mo. Like I'm Mario Winans, bro. Like I don't want to know. True. Like it got to be blatant and like then like we can deal with it from there. But I'm not snooping around. I ain't doing none of that. which leads to the
Well,
next story. Go ahead.
real quick before
You
you
can wrap.
introduce it, I was just gonna say the key to being comfortable with not knowing or even having that demeanor is really setting boundaries and establishing the norm for your relationship. Every relationship in this world should look different. It should be
Facts.
specifically catered to who you are and who you're with, right? And what
Facts.
y'all rules are should be y'all rules. So if we have a really solid understanding, because really when you get into a partnership, relationship, marriage, whatever case is, there's kind of a contract that comes with it. And this is what our expectations are. No different than anything else. If I get in a job, there's a job description. If you don't meet these requirements, you won't have a job no more. If we're going to be in a relationship, we're going to set the standard for all of these things from A to Z. And one of them might be, hey, open honesty, trust. We just talked about individuality. Do your thing, man. Like, I'm not here to monitor and be a police officer to your human experience. You know what I mean? I don't want you having to hold back because you feel guilt about, oh, I got such and such at home. Like, here's an example I use. If a woman is at a bar or a man's at a bar, right? They're at the bar by themselves, getting a happy hour drink or whatever, been a long week. And there's somebody who's attractive at the bar and they end up hitting it off or just having a conversation. Nothing crazy. I'm not talking about getting on numbers. I'm not talking about taking this person home. I'm just talking about regular human interaction. You go places, you talk to people, right? They just happen to be attractive. You're attracted to them. There's a lot of people who I think would feel guilt about having a conversation with that person because I have somebody at home. Mm-hmm. And I would never want to be in a relationship where my girl would feel so bad. Like, nigga, talk to a motherfucker, bro. That's all you're doing. I don't care about shit like that.
I'm the same way.
I just think a lot of energy is invested in who's nigga, it was a stranger. Or I could be the same way, bro. We locked in, we live together, we do whatever. Like, we got joint bank accounts. Like, we really in this shit. I'm not about to trick off at 5:00 on Friday at TGI, fucking Applebee's with this random chick. Like, bro, I just happened to have a conversation. She was cool. We talked. She got to do it, whatever. Now, sometimes those combos ended some shit. But if you're really an adult and have a mature relationship and know what's going on, then
you know how to walk away from it.
You know how to walk away. But either way, what's the next topic?
No, that's a good point. And one thing that you said that I'd love to reiterate, because I was just having this conversation as well. We're in this era where you feel like you know people because you met them on social media. Maybe you met them out and you have this perception of what type of person that they are. But the reason I feel like a lot of relationships fail or don't reach their peak, me and Dro was just talking about this, while people are in less relationships, they're not having that conversation anymore about like what you just said. This is what I require. Like, it's fine if you don't meet it, but like we may have been kicking and we cool. Now it's time to have this conversation. But those conversations aren't being had. They didn't have to be had back in the day because you had access to less people. Like now you got access to so many people and so many things can happen with social media and, moving around, like we're able to move around. So you got access to so many things and you meet something that's a spark and you keep going and you keep going. When you look up, you realize you're in a relationship and y'all ain't had the conversation that y'all need to have to be in a relationship.
Straight up.
Like what you just said. And then shit start happening in a relationship. You're like, well, I ain't realized this. And it's like, well, I mean, we never talked about it. That's a y'all thing.
Great. That's an incredible point.
Yep, 100%. Which goes to the next story that you just said, and it leads from the bar situation. Yesterday, before we recorded, my homeboy Q asked me this. Shout out to Q. We're going to have him on next week. He be on Dead End Sports. You guys know what Dead End Sports is. Y'all know Q. And they didn't want to hear this on the sports channel. They got at us in the chat. They're like, man, y'all niggas talk sports. That's what we here for. But this is a perfect another week in the book conversation. And Q was going to be on, but he couldn't make it because of scheduling reasons. He'll be on next week. We may talk about this. We may talk about something else. Y'all know Q is a brilliant brother. So who knows? But we'll get that conversation too. But he asked me, he said, Spike, he said, what's your responsibility as a homeboy if you're out and you see one of your homeboys, significant others, out with another nigga? You don't know the context of what they got going on. You really might not even seen nothing happen egregious shit. It might have been a little flirt. You perceive it as, or whatever it may be. But what's the proper procedure? Should I set it off? What's the proper procedure for you, Rich, in that situation? And this is a nuanced conversation, which I expect you to ask some nuanced questions. But go like What's your first nuance question?
Very nuanced. So the reason
How close am I with the nigga?
That's definitely question number one. Am I close enough to where I can walk up to his girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I walk up to this woman? Like, is she somebody who's been around? Am I close enough to him, or is he just somebody I know?
Yeah, let's say that's your man's.
That's my man. So I have a
That's
relationship
your
with him.
man's.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely walking up. But I'm
You
walking up
walking
on
up to
some.
him.
I'm walking up, but I'm not walking up on some. What the fuck you got going on? Hey, what's going on, sis? Like, what's going on? I ain't even set to see you here. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not even bringing any kind of energy of I'm trying to catch you up. I'm going to treat it like you're not doing no foul shit. And I want to see what your reaction is if I treat you normal. You know what I mean? I just happen to be here. What's going on? Hey, what's going on, brother? Man, such and such, man. I'm her dude's best friend. Not trying to be funny, but you know what I'm saying? I'm her dude's best friend, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? What y'all got going on? What y'all doing? I'm not pressing. I'm not asking.
That's off the rip. That's off the rip, though. It ain't
because
it never crossed your mind to be like, let me just observe for a little bit. Or you doing that off the rip?
I'm observing but I'm speaking anyway. Because here's what I'm thinking. I talked about.
What if she don't see you? Like she ain't seen you yet. You and your home.
If she don't see me, if she don't see me, I'm gonna peek the scene for a minute. I'm gonna peek the scene for a second. The reason why I'm going up to talk is because, and I just had this conversation recently. When you do something and you know you're guilty, your subconscious makes you believe that everybody knows that you did some shit. It's almost like being high, right? If you high, you go to your grandmama's house, you're gonna think everybody in the house think you high. No, you high. Nobody, they might not even pay attention. But you doing shit trying to make sure, damn, you saw Craig, I still look high. Like all that shit, like you paranoid about it. So if I didn't say something, that would look weird. Because any other time I see this person, I speak and I say hello and I check in. Like we cool to the point, me and your dude so locked in that I treat you like fans. So I wouldn't just see you in public and not speak. So it wouldn't change now. So I wouldn't think that would be weird to a point because I would do this anyway. If I knew that was your cousin, or your brother, I would still come over and speak and say hello. So I'm gonna do the same with this random nigga I don't know, and I want to see how you play it. But before, if you don't see me, I'm definitely
let's operate. Because so if you operate under the premise that you're positioned in a restaurant that she won't see you, and you see them, they sit down, you going over there still, and at some point and being like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, but I'm definitely going over there regardless. If I peep that it is some funny shit, that actually might make me not go over there, especially if she's
okay. Tell me more about that.
Because I seen what I needed to see.
Okay, you see some funny shit going down. Then what happens next?
So this is where it gets tricky because I was in a situation once. I told this story before, maybe on book one, where I seen somebody out with somebody I didn't think they should have been out with.
Yeah.
My homeboy was out with somebody that a woman who used to date my other homeboy and his homeboy. Now, granted, me and the dude whose exit was, me and him are much closer than me and the guy who I saw out, but it's still a connection there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like close enough connection to where it's still like, man, the fuck. And I was a little bit of it was, there's no way. My first thought was, I don't want to say nothing because y'all could have had that conversation. Now I look like a sucker. I look like I'm trying to be messy and getting business. Oh, well, you know, I saw such and such. I ain't even want to say nothing because, like I said, for all I know, they two grown men. That conversation could have been had. Hey, I'm messing with such and such now. Because he also knows how close me and dude are. And that's what even more said. I was like, there's no way he would even do this in front of me. Because he knew I was going to be here. I didn't know she was going to be there.
Yeah. I remember.
So it was one of those things, like he had to tell him. He had to say something. And I ain't say anything. And come to find out, didn't know. And I really felt bad for not saying something. But then I thought about it like, damn, what was I going to say? Like, what would that have done? And y'all not together. It's not your girl. That's your ex. Yeah, somebody's dating your ex who shouldn't be dating your ex. But it's also something about me just naturally being hey man, that's y'all business. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Respectfully, that's y'all business. And I don't want to get in your household. I don't want to get in your relationship. Because guess what? I'll never forget something 50 Cent said. and it always stuck with me. When Birdman when Birdman and Lil Wayne was going through their shit, I remember he made a comment and saying, when all that was going down and people were picking sides, I stayed out of it. Because guess what? One day, them two gonna make up, cool. And they're gonna look at it, and they're gonna be looking at everybody who was saying something funny. And that's kind of how I feel slightly about this, right? Because no matter what happens, right? How well do I know my friends? My friend a nut ass nigga. Like, are you the type that's gonna hear that information and still stay? Because if you are, then what's the point? What are we talking about?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I might just be putting salt in the wound. Like, damn, I know my girl was cheating. Now my niggas know. Like, it might be one of those things where if y'all gonna be cool and stay together, I don't even want to be the person y'all pillow talk about. Can you believe this nigga came up and said this? Can you believe he trying to got? You know what? I found out in life, it's easier just to shut the fuck up and stay out of it. As much as I want to be a good friend and say something, I don't need that stress.
And that's why I give you. So my dad told me something similar. He was like, I'd never forget, because I was asking him about something like this at one point. He's like, I'd never forget my sister was into it with this nigga. She called me. I'm the neighborhood bully or whatever it may be. She know what I'm gonna do if she called me, and she called me anyway. She called me. I come over there. I beat the brakes off this nigga. Now my mom won't let me in the house, but that nigga in the house with her. Because it's, oh, why you do that to him? This, that, and the third, and the third. She's like, so I said from that point on, I'm never getting myself involved. And that's kind of how I look at it. So I look at it differently from you, and I'll advance the story as well. I look at it differently from you. I don't think I'm ever approaching. I'm just gonna peep the scene and make a mental note. I'm just gonna make the mental note and see what I need to do. To that, okay, so that's what we get into next.
Your man's. Okay, got you.
Would I say something to my man's?
I think you said something to your man's.
I think even that has context, right? So, and here's what people disagree with me when we got briefly into it. It depends on my man's. Like if I know my man's, that's his girl. Like I'm peeping and observing him. He different for her. Like I grew up with him, know him. Like I don't know how he treat other chicks. This his like everything in his world. Like
queen of
we having a conversation. I'm gonna hit him up and kind of gauge around and see like where they at. But if my man's ain't shit, I know he be out here fucking off and he getting his in and what this, that, and the third.
That's a great point. Get it how you live.
I ain't even, like it's on you, bro. Like you created this environment for her to be out with another nigga. Like I ain't really even got nothing to do with it. Like this, you had the opportunity a long time ago probably to avoid this, because if I see you out here moving like this, she probably didn't heard you moving like this. It's a lot of fuck shit that you done did to where I could, as an adult, understand. Like I get it. Like I don't think there's no loyalty there, and that's why I always say it. Like you don't cheat in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't do that, like you don't do what you do. Yeah, you do that shit on your own. But if you're, this is where you run, and this is where that comes into play is if a nigga know like your homie, that's your homie, and you know he a piece of shit, and he got 3-4, like he outside, his girl just ain't left him yet, or she may not know and be that green, and you see her one time out with a nigga, I'd be like, I mean, hey man, that's karma. That's karma, bro. Like I ain't gonna be the nigga to insert myself in that. Cause
you contextualize that very well.
Yeah, you could have did that. Like you could have prevented that, I feel like. So it depends on what type of nigga it is and what he got going on.
That's my favorite part of what you said, man. You contextualize that very well, because if it is my man's and that's his girl, like I know you'd be crushed. We gotta have a difficult conversation. I gotta tell you, I can't let you go out like that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. If you are out here just playing around, then it's probably best to just keep it,
I ain't got nothing to do.
But that's why
I don't know what y'all got going on at this point.
Yeah, like you said, like you told the story about your pops, man. It's just in football when you watch people get into it, the personal foul penalties. Commentators always say one thing: it's always the second guy. It's always the second guy. Never the person that starts it. It's the person that brings awareness to it or responds to it. You got to wait. There's more bad that can come out of this, out of me telling and opening my mouth, than good. That's what I've learned in life.
Yep.
Me being honest about something I saw or experienced. There's no, honestly, I can't think of one winning scenario of telling my man this.
Yes. Right. So the culmination of Q's story was I don't know if these are just people, is just a scenario he brought up, but the guy who sees the girl out, it ain't too flirty, but like maybe a hand was on the table, a hand was put on top of it, whatever it may be. And the homie immediately whips out his phone, texts his homeboy, you know, such and such is over here. He's like, nah, nigga, I didn't know that. Take a picture.
Yeah, see, that's the one. Yeah, now we doing too much. I
already lost
get
me.
it. I
You
get
already
it, but I
lost
ain't
me.
doing all that.
Don't take a picture. I'm not taking a picture of shit. I'm telling you, that should be the end of my role in this. Actually, you didn't know. I told you. Boom. I seen him. But the nigga takes the picture, send it to his homeboy. Homeboy confronts the chick when she gets home. She goes off. You dumbass nigga. I'm out on a work interview. I'm trying to get a job that's gonna change my life. This nigga is the hiring manager. He, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
see, and that part
a
too.
hand been on top of the table. Ain't I don't know what the touching part was. That wasn't addressed. But long story short, this is for work. This is to further my career. This is a life-changing opportunity. Maybe I did flirt a little bit. But who the fuck do you know that's taking pictures of me on some Inspector Gadget shit out in a restaurant and sending it to you? Now you approaching me with this shit. Now here's the kicker. Now for her, it's me or him. If you gonna continue to fuck with me, you can't be cool with him. And if you and this nigga still cool, then I'm leaving. The nigga chose his girl. And that all starts from you trying to be the real homeboy and be like, nah, your girl over here might be tripping. However, it flips up. Now y'all ain't homeboys no more.
See, always the second person that gets caught.
Always.
And everybody gonna look at him funny if he pick his homeboy.
Over your girl?
Especially over there. Yeah, you ain't never doing that. So
she getting a life-changing opportunity. And you look like a
that's my
sucker
girl.
now.
Y'all locked in. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you look like a sucker now. Like, who is you, nigga? Like, why you out taking pictures of motherfuckers on dates, nigga? Like, if I was his girl, I understand their reaction. You showing me a picture of
I'm like, when you said when that nigga said take a picture, I'm like, we doing too much.
I ain't taking shit.
Doing all that.
But that's funny because Nick was there. Shout out to Nick, co-author. He's been on Another Week in the Books. Nick was like, nah, you gotta have confirmation if you're gonna bring it to you. I was like, bruh, ain't no nigga getting me to take a picture of shit. I ain't I'm not doing it. No, Nick was saying you gotta take the picture.
No, I gotta push back on this because if you my man's, I get
just take me for my word. That's what I said.
Man's like, why would I come up to you lying on some bullshit, bro? You ain't never once in all the years of us knowing had me come up to you and tell you your girl doing this and say some weird shit. And guess what? If you don't believe me, fuck it.
Yeah, just okay. All right. I'm not taking that's what I said. That's why I said that's what a flaw in the thing was. When you took the picture, my nigga, you became the lane. Out of all three of the people that was may have been doing something. If you took the picture, you become the lame nigga. Because now you out taking pictures, sending them to niggas like, oh, your girl doing it. Like, nope. And I thought that's I
wouldn't even record a celebrity walking past me.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even do that. Like, so why would I take a picture of your girl in public? Like, bro, you either gonna believe me or you don't, or you probably already know you're getting cheated on, or that's another scenario. I'm glad you mentioned it. What really happened, because you always gotta ask. For all y'all listening, man, if your homeboy or whoever comes up for advice and they're in a scenario like this, the one question we should all pose to them is, what if you're wrong? Yep. If anybody comes to you with an assumption about what they think is going on, and that question, all it does is make you think of other scenarios that could be feasible. Like, it could be.
Or you need to present me with more facts to make me understand why you think you're right.
Right. I get you can have all the information to say why you're right. This is what scientists do. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're trying to poke holes through it. Like, how confident are you by the time we discuss every single scenario? And then your approach and how you go to your girl might be a little bit different. It might be hey, I heard you was at such and such. My boy saw me. He was rushing out. I ain't have a chance to say nothing, but he saw you. I ain't know you was going there today. Maybe you approach it like that versus, I heard you was doing this bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because maybe it was something. Maybe it was a work interview. Maybe it was meeting up with a family member you don't know about. Maybe it was X, Y, and Z. If you come in with your cards all on the table and you wrong, when you right, it's one thing, right? But when you wrong, my nigga, there's some cold nights.
Yeah, that now is that. Oh,
Cold
I thought
nights.
I walked in with my chest tucked up out versus I'm balled up in the corner over here crying because I can't take
Yeah.
the results of what happened.
And
So
you,
yeah,
and you got a lame ass friend that's out here taking pictures like y'all motherfucking
yeah, and now my
carry at the
reputation
spot.
got smut on it. Now I'm some nigga that be taking pictures out of the spot. Like, nah,
Yeah.
nigga, I never know. Nigga, you asked me for a picture, just forget it. You know
Yeah,
what, bro? Never mind.
Ron's girl said you a hoe ass nigga. You was
Yeah.
taking pictures. She's like,
Hey,
damn, now I gotta be the hoe ass nigga.
never mind, my nigga. I don't even think that's her. Like, yeah, I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
even
even.
know.
Hey,
I was
I'm
wrong.
tripping, bro. I just walked past to go to the restaurant. I ain't heard. My bad.
Yeah, facts.
We
Like,
ain't
so
doing none
I
of that,
thought that
bro.
those
That
were,
shit's silly.
yeah, those were a couple crazy stories that I feel like two brothers like me could give our perspectives on, and maybe people will comment and tell us what they thought about this stuff. But yeah, it was an interesting week for Ask Spike Lou. Maybe I'll start
I'm
a
glad.
segment. Maybe I'll
See,
start
I
a
like.
segment called Ask
Nah, for
Spike
real,
Lou.
man. That's why I'm happy. I'm happy when Spike Lee goes outside, man, because things like this
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Things like this happen. These conversations, you just spawned a whole episode just based off your week experiences. So
Yeah,
I
this
appreciate it, man.
definitely
Go outside
was a
more,
wild
man.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fascinating. But keep it that friend one is very interesting just from being in it. And ever since that happened, man, I always said I'm staying out of it because, like I said, now he lost his friend.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? In the Q
Now you're
scenario,
on
now
with
you
your
lost your
homework.
friend. There's not too you. There's no win in this situation. There's nothing I can get other than the satisfaction, if I'm right, the satisfaction of knowing I helped my friend out by, you know, uncovering some news to him. Outside of that, there's no win you're gonna get. You're either gonna look like a sucker, like a gossip, chatty patty, as Dame Dash would say. Your character's gonna have smut on it. It's not worth it, bro. Mind your business. Eat your pancakes. Go on about your day, man. Fuck it.
Enjoy my day with my girl, my nigga. I ain't got nothing to do with none of what they got
Yeah,
going
man.
on. So yeah,
Yeah,
that all of that was interesting, man. Y'all let us know what y'all thought about that on the comments and stuff for this episode.
Please do, man. Spike Lou, appreciate the content. That was a great conversation. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
You got anything else before we get out of here?
No, man, just go check out all the stuff we've been doing. Also, announcement. I don't even know if it's coming soon no more, but we partner with Dead End Hip Hop. AB and myself, every third Friday, gonna start featuring on the show.
Shout out to y'all.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Make sure y'all checking out the series that we're doing. Top 25 albums over the last 25 years. Our favorite 25. You want to hear my 5 from this week?
Nah, I'm gonna listen. I started the
Oh,
episode. I just didn't finish it. So you'll be hearing from me. You'll be hearing from me.
Bet.
Yeah, shout out to everything y'all doing over there. Dead End Hip Hop and On Deck. Obviously, I'm a huge On Deck fan. Also want to give a shout out to Childish Grownups. Shout out to Mo, Ash, and Mia, as well as Schools. Excuse me. Who the fuck asked you? It's not School's Guilty Pleasure anymore. It's Who the fuck asked you? It's a debate podcast. They just had a crossover episode, man. So that's out now.
I need to check that out. I still haven't checked that out, man.
Yeah,
that's
and
on
of
my
course,
list.
yeah, definitely do that. Definitely do that. And of course, we got y'all covering Reasonable Doubt. Can we talk about this real quick? Can we talk about real quick before we get out here?
Talking, man. Yeah. If y'all ain't watching, man, y'all ain't going to cut it off, man. Let us get our TV stuff off, man. Let's hear it.
Yeah, but yeah. So shout out to Ray P. Shout out to We Got Y'all. Morning show on Apple TV Plus and Reasonable Doubt on Hulu. Spike, I told you. What's that? Morning show dropped today, and then Hulu. Yep, and Reasonable Doubt gonna drop at midnight, so a couple hours. Now, one thing that last week when we recorded, I watched Reasonable Doubt. I think we were recording No More Half Measures, and I just finished watching the episode earlier that day. You hadn't had a chance to see it. I told you there's a moment in this episode where I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it, and you're gonna know exactly what I mean. If you watch Reasonable Doubt or you don't watch it, you can pause and end this episode. Spoiler alerts.
Peace. We'll holler at y'all.
Yeah, holler at y'all, man. If you do watch episode 4, Lewis pulls up on Eddie. Eddie is Jax's father, her estranged father, who is now coming back into her life after being clean for 5 years. Eddie, well, first let's set this. The kids are with their grandma. Eddie doesn't have a relationship with Jax, right? Once again, he's trying to reestablish. He came around out of nowhere. So there have been boundaries that have been set, which is, hey, I don't want Eddie to meet the kids. And Lewis, the husband, is saying, I don't want him to meet the kids until you're comfortable or feel he's the man that you think he's going to be. Right? He tells that to his wife, who's Jax. Cool.
Right.
Eddie, who I think he's still fucking Mama Lou, by the way.
That's
Eddie
definitely
pulls up to
going
the
to come out
house.
later in the season.
Yeah.
100%.
Eddie pulls up to the house while Jax and Lewis are going to meet his grandkids. Does TikTok
after
dances.
Mama Lou told him not to come.
After Mama Lou said, don't come. Comes in. Oh, the parents ain't home. So what? Fuck it. Was honest with the kids about where he's been, his addiction, and also gets information at the price of $20 per kid about what their parents got going on, which if you watch the show, you know they're dealing with the death of Lewis's side baby, who he got pregnant. He got a woman pregnant on Jax. Baby died. But not only that, it gets deeper. He fucked. I think the kids did. They remember he said
they did just find out. They did just find out. Yeah,
the kids just found out. And they said, y'all ain't telling me Grandpa Eddie was so cool. He actually helped us with this situation, and we don't even feel. Remember, they mood changed. They was even happy to be around their parents. They weren't
even talking to their parents. Yeah,
yeah. So on one hand, the kids are happy, everything cool. But on the other hand, man, this nigga came around my kids, and I said, nah, man, you kind of violate me as a man and disrespecting my house. How foul was Eddie for coming in that house and talking to them kids, knowing he wasn't supposed to be over there?
Man, so I want to preface this with we ain't talked since I had to watch it again because me and Portia talked for damn near the whole day after this.
Portia's so fucking mad at Lewis. She hates Lewis.
She sent me a dissertation, nigga, on why Lewis wasn't
she
shit.
Hate Lewis. She hate Lewis, bro. That shit crazy. I'm actually concerned for Portia. I'm concerned for her that she hates that nigga with a passion.
I didn't know people hated Lewis this much because Ray P don't like him either, right?
Right. They just think he's a sucker. And I didn't know this either. I thought he was.
I wasn't aware of this. I thought Lewis was a solid representation black man character. That's what I thought. So I'm having this back and forth with Portia, like numerous texts, voice notes, all of it. Like it's a real like conversation. And I'm like, man, she is crazy. I gotta watch this again because I gotta be missing something. So I ran it back. And God forbid I kind of understand what she's saying.
Yeah, you get it. You get it, especially after this episode. It was a rough episode for Lewis.
I did
between the dude at his job and all that shit.
So to answer your question and what made me kind of understand what she's saying, only real niggas would understand this, and I feel like that's Jack's dad. Had a rough patch, but I still feel like he was outside. If I'm a real nigga, it's like, well, ain't nobody finna tell me I can't see my grandkids, bro. I'm clean now. I'm smashing Mama Lou probably. Like I'm popping up, nigga. What they gonna say, nigga? I ain't even here. So he pops up.
And I can whoop Lewis, low kid. That's probably what
I can whoop you. Like, yeah, I smell fire to you, bro. So like, what it don't even matter. I'm popping up anyway. So I pop up. I have a good time with your kids. I even convinced your kids that what you did wasn't as bad as they thought you did. Before I got there, I looked out. So, and you proceed to pull up on me and my homies. I'm outside chilling before a show, getting right, and you come up with your chest puffed out? Nigga, you slick ought to be thanking me versus coming up here telling me what you gonna do, what I ain't gonna do. So I felt a lot differently. First of all, I still would have smacked the shit out of him if I was Lewis. However,
yeah, 100%. You got to.
The only reason that he addressed Lewis in that way is because you pulled up with that energy. Like, if you pull up with another energy, which goes to being a real nigga, which now I see what Portia right there talking about on the second rewatch. You pull up on some energy like, oh, nigga, my chest poked out. You better do what I say. Like, bro, who you talking to? Listen, I've been out here smoking crack, nigga. Like, I'm about that life, nigga. I'll work you out. Had Lewis
was he on crack, man? I hope he was on the bottle or something. I hope he went out here with the rock.
No, I'm talking about
Spike just put that on him. Was he? Did they say that?
Jack's dad?
Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
on
he
crack.
smoked crack. Yeah,
I
he smoked crack, bro. Yeah, this nigga was a crackhead. Like, wait, let's keep it a
Oh,
bean. This
shit.
nigga smoked crack. Like,
Hey, I'm weak.
we talking about a different human being right here. So
Hey,
I done been outside. If I'm Jack's daddy, now you pulling up on me with your chest poked out, and I know you like a computer, nigga, a computer like video game, nigga. Like, bro,
yeah,
you shouldn't even have this type of energy with me. You come to
yeah.
me with respect. I don't give a fuck if I've been in Jack's dad. I mean, I've been in Jack's life or not. You come up to me with respect. You say, hey, look, man, I understand. I appreciate what you. First of all, tell me you appreciate what I did as far as getting your kids back to talk to me. First, that you do that first, little nigga. Then tell me the little standards or the ground, or tell me the boundaries that you've put in place, and then hope that I respect him. Look, man, Lewis should approach it like, look, hope that I respect him, nigga. Lewis should have been like, look, man, thank you for what you came out. You talked to the kids. I appreciate it, but we want to work through this properly on how we raise our kids. So our thought process was you being introduced into their life a lot more slower. So it ain't gonna be no pop-up visits like you just did, but we can work towards you being in their life, visiting them.
Yeah.
Of course, once you and Jax get more cool. But don't pull up to me and don't pull up to me when you Lewis telling me what I am and I ain't gonna do, bro. And I done been outside like this, man. Like he deserved to get talked to that way. I ain't think that way at first, but now I think differently about it on second watch.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, yeah, off rip, I already knew what it was. First of all,
on first watch, I was like, bro, this nigga is crazy. He already tripping, man. I'm gonna work him out here, nigga.
Well, I did. I still, right or wrong, just because at that point you gotta take it there, even if it's Lewis's fault. I texted you when I say, hey, man, I just gotta tell Jack, say I had to put hands on your dad. Like, I'll explain later, but I had to put hands on your dad. Like, this is what it came down to. But I said it on the episode of We Got Y'all. Once again, we think alike. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Lewis fucked up by coming up. First of all, if you out there with your mans, if I see somebody and they out there with their mans in them, after you did slick do me a favor with the kids. Kids cool now. Mm-hmm. The very first thing I'm saying, hey Eddie, let me holler at you for a second. Let me talk to you on the side. I'm not doing none of this in front of them because one, I'm not trying to check you. I'm not even trying to put you in a position to where, you know, us men have egos. I don't even want to put it in a position where you feel like you got to do some extra shit because your man's is watching. Let's go ahead and have the heart to heart. I agree with everything you said. And for real, Spike, we know that Lewis don't like Eddie. That's the perfect opportunity to say, you know what? I really appreciate what you did from the kids, making them understand everything you mentioned as far as like the process, but also if I got any gripe or any concern, I want to address that now. Like, listen, Eddie, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know you that well, but I love my wife, and I've seen her hurt so many times over the years because of stuff you said you was gonna do that didn't do. That's my main gripe with you, man. I don't know you as a man. Maybe I've come off a little wrong and judged you a little bit too harshly because I know that pain. But you know, how about we get a fresh start? How about we get to know each other too? Because these are my kids. I want you to have a relationship, and I want everything to be cool when you come around. I don't want to have this tension anymore. That's just the adult thing to do. We as grown men don't need to carry on to that stuff, especially if it's unnecessary. But since he wants to be tough guy, as Cat Williams once said, a 300 look like a phantom until a phantom pull up. Eddie pulled up and pretty much told him, nigga, you a bitch. I've seen niggas like you on the street all the time, nigga, and all y'all bitches, I'll slap you in front of you. Like, you ain't gonna do shit but play your little video games and shut the fuck up.
Video games. That nigga told him go home and cook dinner.
Yeah, go home. The dinner ain't gonna cook itself. Get home now. But listen, when you come, that would have never happened.
With your chest
Lewis came the way we said, that'll never happen. He might have even disagreed, but at least would have been a civil conversation.
Facts.
So now when you talk, when you telling me to shut the fuck up and I can't even claim head of my household, I got the PTA bitch pregnant. Like, once you start saying shit like that, I felt like Rodney and Baby Boy. Like, when Jody was on the phone with Rodney and Baby Boy, nigga, this Jody, does Jody live at home with his mama? Like, why the fuck this nigga know my business like this? Because remember, the kids told him that.
Facts.
So he using new information. So, and at that point, Lewis, you just got to say, even if you in the wrong, you got to save face, bro. You got to slap him or something.
Yeah, we got to work this out. We finna move some
You did everything he said. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Get back in the car. And
go home and play the video games.
Yeah, dinner ain't gonna cook itself. And we didn't even talk about it, and we don't have to talk about it. But you let this nerd ass nigga at your job get over on you.
What do you think that like? And they try to make it like he bossed up when he's like, you can't do the job. He's like, nigga, he still bossed up on you
He
before that
bossed
though,
up, man,
bro.
on some real slick. I actually was more impressed by old boy. Like he played that perfect.
The boss, the white dude.
No, the light skin.
Oh yeah. When
He
he
played
brought
that
that up
perfect.
when they was trying
Like
to find
he
her.
finessed the job he wasn't qualified for, and got himself out of a fire and by using the information he had. I'm like, damn, Lewis, he put you in the spot.
But they try to help Lewis save face, which I don't think it did. Like on that last scene when he was like, "Yeah, if you can't do it, then that's the job and you out here." But bro, you already look like shit. Like
That was a rough episode for Lewis, man.
Real and that hairstyle too. Like nigga, walking around with hair
Yeah,
like
Rachel
that.
was talking about he got the fake dreads, man. So he
Yeah,
got the AJ from 106.
you expecting respect with walking around with your hair like that, nigga? Get out of here. So
Yeah,
man,
I can't wait to
that's
see it at
unreasonable
midnight.
doubt.
I might.
Hey, I might hit play at midnight too. You're right about that. Let's see what's.
Yeah, I might play it.
Oh,
I gotta see what the after effect. Because real quick before we get out of here, if you lose, do you go back home and say I talked to your dad, or do you just leave?
No, you
or do
can't
you
say
have to?
nothing
You
about
can't, right?
that.
You can't.
You can't say nothing about that because
when she asked what happened, yeah,
and you gotta basically be like, nigga, bitched me out. So now you gotta eat this and sit on like, and I don't even. Lewis don't even got friends. Like he ain't got nobody he can talk to this about.
That
nigga ain't got a
friend.
Bro, come on. Think about it.
He don't.
We've gone this whole series, and the nigga that was cool with him got killed, didn't he? Like Gal husband.
Yeah. And then that whole little crew and the other dude, they getting a divorce. So the husband crew, they really ain't even friends. They just a husband crew.
Yeah, they're just like
we the husbands of y'all friend group.
Yeah,
like,
our
that's
wives
it.
are cool.
Yeah,
I ain't even seen Lewis have a friend. So like that speaks more to him being lame too. Like,
yeah.
So
shout out to Lewis, man. Shout out to Lewis.
Damn,
we'll see, man. Hopefully he gets some redemption,
man.
Yeah, hopefully he gets some redemption,
man.
But that's it, man. We out, y'all. We appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around for the television talk. Just because if you saw the scene, it was just one of those ones, man. It was just one of those.
Yeah, it was.
How would I handle this if this was me? We will be back next week. Spike is doing some work with Dead End, so we'll see the schedule. We'll definitely have an episode, whether it's me and a special guest or me and Spike. We'll be back. Outside of that, man, y'all know the drill, man. Let's get better this week. We out.
Yes, sir. We out. Peace.